cool thing about like all the extras too, sprinkled into that, they actually had like professional stunt people. There was like random people that were just like going off with the craziest moves.
Were they the professionals or were they the fans?
Well, they were the professionals, but then the fans started looking at them and like, okay, I can do this too.
Yeah.
And it was...
We're sitting in the box and we're supposed to be like pretending we're playing along, and we're like stopping like, oh, did you see that? Oh man, oh, that kid's nuts.
Hey friends, it's your girl Emily Curl, and today we're joined by Grammy-nominated rock band I Prevail for our series Frame by Frame, and we're gonna break down all the best moments from their new music video, Self-Destruction. We of course have I Prevail here with us. Hi guys, it's good to see you.
Great to see you as well. We appreciate you having us.
Now I can't believe that you're in New York and I'm not there. I'm so sad about this. You're at our iHeart offices. You guys are currently on tour. What's it been like for y'all being on the road again, stopping in New York, getting to play these live shows?
I mean, it's been incredible, especially, obviously with COVID, a lot of tours got canceled and we were pretty much off the road for 2 years. So it's so great to finally have live music back and be able to go from city to city and see so many of these people who have related to our songs, and especially these new tracks on our new record, True Power. It's an experience we've really missed over the last couple of years, and I think all of us can attest to just how much fun this first leg of tour has been.
Now, I've never seen you guys live, but based on the music videos, based on the album, I can imagine these shows are so intense. The audience goes nuts. For you guys, what is it like being on stage, watching these fans, sing the lyrics back? I mean, these are probably high energy shows, right?
Yeah, we when we put together the set list, we try to have it like, our music's pretty dynamic and diverse, from the heavy fast-paced stuff to the ballads to the feel good, get up off your feet kind of stuff. So when we built the set list, we try to have it a little bit like a roller coaster, if you would, like just high dynamics throughout the whole set. Coming back from looking back 2.5 years ago when we were on the road last, it was a blast. We're playing a record that was out for about a year and seeing kids sing along and have favorite songs and have moments of songs that really went off. And now coming back 2.5 years later, playing a bunch of new stuff, it's fun. It's fun to play these new songs and to see kids like day by day, next city by next city, when these songs have been out for longer and longer, seeing these kids sing certain songs back louder than we expected, and it's just really fun. It gives us a lot of energy to put right back out into the crowd, and it's been a blast. It's really been, I feel like we've been missing this all along, and finally getting to do what we feel like our calling was and what we've been missing out for the last 2 years is honestly incredible, just to get back to it.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about the new album, but you mentioned like playing some songs in the set list. Let's throw it back for a second, because a lot of people know you from your very popular cover of Taylor Swift's Blank Space. Do you guys ever perform that on the road? Is that something fun for you guys to play?
Oh man, I think we shelved that quite a long time ago.
You're like, we're done.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's probably been about 5 years now since we played that track. And obviously we'll always be thankful for that cover kind of blowing up. But I think, as much as it was great when it blew up initially, and really not only did that blow up, but it also made our EP kind of go crazy too, and allowed us to get on the road and get in front of so many people. But I think it also kind of brought a test to us where we wanted to say, hey, as much as that cover kind of was successful, let's kind of try to take that success and get into our original songs and really try to get fans and people into those. And I think it's just been a crazy journey since, obviously, putting that out way back in the day when I'll never forget, all of us were working jobs. I mean, Eric was at IHOP and I was at Domino's as we were forming this band. Little did I know 3 months later I'd be able to quit that job and be touring on the road. So we'll always be grateful for it, but I think it's one of those things now that we really try to let our original music speak volumes. And I think too, seeing, like Eric was kind of talking about, just the energy these new songs are kind of providing has been so amazing, where you never know, we might pull it out a couple years down the line. But I think for now we're pretty into trying to just get this new music out there.
Well, let's jump in and talk about new music. Self-Destruction, your music video is out now. I've got a lot of questions. First off, the video is insane. Let's throw up our first frame, and we're going to set the scene with this one. I'm so curious for you guys to tell us a little bit about the creative behind this one and how you landed on this, because I feel like throughout the video, there's a few nods to some horror films in there, some classic movies. Was that intentional? Tell us the creative, how you landed on it.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to create like a cool metaphor for like our live show, basically, and like kind of how the relationship between the band and like the fans, essentially. And this like whole box idea was kind of meant to be like just kind of a embodiment of how like we put energy out and they take energy from it. And it's kind of like this whole interesting ritual that like both the band as the performers and the fans as viewers like kind of go through. It's like a push and pull.
That box was very interesting. I almost felt like I was in a Saw scene for a little bit once because they had to like lock it up and trap us in there. So
get a pet turtle and you put him in a shoebox and you forget to cut air holes in it. That was us for about 8 hours that day, but it was a blast. It was a lot of fun.
So let's jump to our next frame that we have for you. I love these effects, and I'm obviously this wasn't done in real life. This is added in post. But tell us a little bit about these holographic effects. It adds such a special touch to the video.
That was actually practical effects. We actually learned how to teleport. So very, very proud of us figuring that out.
But no, I mean, that's where I just continue to give Jensen credit. We had been a fan of his previously and seen some work he had done with other bands and artists. And not only him, but his whole team, they just put so much work into the special effects. And I know he's actually from Ukraine and uses some people from Ukraine to work on those effects and stuff. So not only is it cool that we get to work on that, but to be able to provide, jobs and stuff for people kind of going through a hard time was also a really cool element to the video.
Wow, that's powerful. And, for a video like this, I'm always curious to hear, how long did that post-production process take? Like from the day that you shot this, when was the first time you guys saw that final cut?
Probably 3 weeks, which was like a pretty tight timeline, I think. They probably would have liked more time with it, but I think they killed it. Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff, like just trying to really kind of play on some of like the metaphorical concepts that we were talking about, like the effects were a big part of that. So, and that's something his style has always been like really in tune with, like the post-production and the special effects. So I think it turned out really, really awesome.
Let's jump to our next frame. The cast for this, how was that decided? Were you guys spending a lot of time with them on set? Walk me through what that looked like.
Yeah, I mean, props to, like I said, the director Jensen and his team they kind of sourced, and a lot of the people in this video were actually fans of the band. They were looking for people. I even saw things where they'd post on Reddit and be like, shooting a music video for I Prevail this day. If you're interested, hit us up and you might be selected. So that was another cool thing that so many of the people actually, were fans of the band. So it was really cool too, because it was, this song wasn't released yet, obviously, when we shot it. So many of the people in the video were like, whoa, this song's crazy. And it was kind of cool for us because we still didn't know how this song was going to be received by our fans. And seeing so many of them like look at us and be like, this is awesome, this is so crazy, was just a really cool feeling. And, props to everybody too, because I think they stayed there for about 12 to 14 hours. Everybody worked so hard. And
it was a long day.
And a cool thing about like all the extras too. So like I'd say most of them were probably fans or just like kind of extras, but sprinkled into that, they actually had like professional stunt people. Like a handful of them were actually like know how to actually do like professional fight stunts and stuff like that. So
they were like teaching some of them.
There was like random people that were just like going off with the craziest moves.
Were they the professionals or were they the fans?
Well, they were the professionals, but then the fans started looking at them and like, okay, I can do this too. Yeah. And it was wild. I'm actually glad I was stuck in the box during those scenes.
We're sitting in the box and we're supposed to be like pretending we're playing along, and we're like stopping, like, oh, did you see that? Oh man, that kid's nuts.
Let's go ahead and jump to our next frame, because I think we have this next moment in here where we see a little bit of the chaos start, the red lights going. How many times did you guys have to take this scene?
I blocked that part out. That was
by the time we were done, we call it a bang over. It's not like a hangover. It's like a bang over, where basically you have to shoot something so many times. By the end of it, your neck is just killing you. It's basically like you played a show.
Worse.
Over and
probably
over
worse,
and
yeah.
over and over.
How many times actually do you think that you ran through the song or you played it?
50 maybe?
Oh,
well, it's more like
50?
It's more by section. So they'll be like, okay, you're gonna run a 20-second section of the song. Like
the thing is too, if one of us messes up, it's like, the scene doesn't work, so we got to continue to shoot it. And Jensen will come in and kind of be like, Brian, don't do this with your hands on the scene, or Steve, give me a cool guitar move during this part.
What I found is, as a guitarist, I just have to hope that I look cool when you guys look cool, because they're gonna pick the ones where you guys look cool, really, regardless of whatever we're doing.
The worst part about that box too was our drummer's in there, obviously, and we're just stuck in this box, so all you can hear is just drums. By the end of it, I think all of our ears were ready for a nice little ear break for a good day.
That is so funny. This is so interesting. Okay, so then let's jump to our next one, because then we have this moment where where truly all chaos breaks loose. So we're breaking into the box. Now knowing a little bit of the behind the scenes, how did this scene work? Were they actually breaking the box?
Fun fact though, like the actual glass, like at first, like everybody outside of it was actually hitting it, and all the directors were like, no, you can't actually like punch it, or this could get messed up. So when you see people hitting it, they're doing a really good job of not actually touching it and getting like right on it basically. So it was, like I said, the whole day was wild. Honestly, probably the craziest day we've ever had filming a music video. Out of all the different videos we've shot over the years.
Oh my God. And then at the end of the day, because they were fans, were you guys doing like a mini meet and greet? Or by that point, were you guys have like, we've spent enough time together, it's time to go?
It was like, they're super respectful. Like, it wasn't like, oh, trying to take pictures. Everyone knew that like, hey, we're here for a job. We're going to work and we're going to make this the best thing. But like once it was kind of like all wrapped up, walking through it, you know, saying hey to people and like shaking hands and thanking them for like being a part of it. And, it was like, I could imagine being a fan, you know, filming a video for my favorite band or whatever it may be, and just having that experience is just super cool. So we're really thankful that they came out and put the work in and made this video the best it could be. So like obviously when we're walking out and seeing people, you know, stop to say hey and thank them for, you know, helping us create this awesome video.
Let's go into our very final frame that we have for you. This was so sick. So I love this. So we see little glimpses throughout of, we see these men in masks, they're laying down in these chairs. Then we see this final walkout moment. You talked a little bit about the creative behind it and sort of what you were going for. Tell me about this scene, why you wanted to include this, what this meant for the overall creative.
Really, I feel like it's kind of how our band is. As much as we are 5 individuals, I think we really are one big unit. And I think at the end, you kind of see this big figure show up and kind of shows what our band represents. You know, we don't just want to be known as one singer or the other, you know, vocalist or a guitarist. We want to be known as a 5-piece who kind of all takes energy from each other. And, you know, I think that's kind of what this portrayed in that. And like I said, again, such a shout out to the special effects team for putting this together. Because when I saw this scene, I'm like, wow, this is straight out of like Stranger Things or like a Netflix production almost.
Yeah, it's insane.
As much as we have our own interpretations of not only the music videos, but I think the songs, you know, throughout this record, there's 15 tracks where as much as we all have, you know, meanings behind it, we kind of want our fans to run with it and create their own stories out of things too, where they can listen to a song and maybe we had one perspective on it, but someone listens to it in a way that they get their own perspective. And I think with this music video, we kind of tried to keep it vague enough where it doesn't just hit right at the point. It's something that you kind of have to think about and kind of create your own journey while you're watching it.
Yeah, and do you feel like that's similar to the album, which first off, congratulations, True Power is out now. You know, tell me what you were hoping that the fans maybe were going to get from this album, and maybe what you guys were thinking as I Prevail, the band, what this album means to you.
Well, for us, this record going from Trauma, a record that was very more emotion driven, hard on our sleeve, dove into darker themes, and a lot of the records, you know, talking about mental health or you know, going through lows and trials, and not just ending and saying like it's gonna be okay, keep your head up, but to end on songs like Breaking Down, for example, where the end of the song was, I don't really like myself and I think too much, and kind of putting out the message that even though you're going through something hard or difficult, you're not alone. There's other people that are dealing with that, and True Power is kind of a culmination of that, where we took our lows and took our problems, took our headaches, and took all these hard moments in our life, and we found the strength in it. We found our power through that, and a lot of these songs and this record as a whole stems from that, taking our flaws, our lows, our all that, and really finding our strength and perseverance and power through that. And like Brian was mentioning, with each track, we may have started these songs with certain moments or certain events throughout our lives, but I know as for me as a fan, when I hear a band say like, well, I connected to a song and I relate to it, and I think of this when I listen to it, and the band's like, oh, well, that song's about this. I kind of have a disconnection from that song. So I know we really want to have the listener just go through this record and connect to it how they connect to it, like the grand message, the big theme of it all being what I just mentioned, but each song having their own experience and finding their own power through these experiences and finding their own strengths through it, and connecting it on an emotional level with them and however they relate to it.
100%.
Wow, that's so beautifully said. And we mentioned this too, but you guys are on tour, you're playing these shows. Has playing this album live, have the tracks or any of the songs taken on new meaning for each of you as you get to play it live?
It's a good question. Yeah, I haven't even really thought about it. I mean, it definitely is something where I think as each show goes on, because especially the first couple shows, obviously there's a little bit of nerves going into it. You're playing these songs for the first time, and especially on a record that has only been out now for a month or two, where you don't know how many people even know, lyrics to tracks or this or that, but it's been very powerful to be playing all these new songs and seeing so many people in the crowd just relate to it. So again, as much as we have maybe certain meanings to a song, or this one means a lot to me in this way or that way, it's just as powerful as that is, it's so much more powerful to be able to look out into the crowd. And as I'm singing, there's so many people out there. And the thing too about our crowds that I love so much is that they're so diverse. It's not just we have young people. It's insane to me. I mean, you see a family come with their mom and dad and they bring their kids, or you see a group of teenagers who just got out of school and they all come, or even, we've literally had people who are 80 or 90. I'll never forget, it was not that long ago. No, he had to have been at least 80. He came up in a meet and greet and was just like, rock's still alive. Or even we had a recent meet and greet. Our drummer has a channel called Drum Beats Online where he teaches drums, and this guy who probably was like 60 or 70 showed up wearing a Drum Beats Online shirt and just said, like, you taught me how to play drums. I never thought, like, it's something I always wanted to do in my life and I never thought I could, but you made it happen for me. So it's just incredible to be able to connect with our fans in that way. And these shows are so much fun, and anybody who can come out. Unfortunately, a lot of the shows are sold out, so it's tough for people to get tickets now. But, we plan to just continue to tour on this as long as we possibly can. We worked on this record for 2 years, kind of not even knowing if live shows would ever happen again during COVID. So just the fact that we're back out on the road now and so many people are showing up we're just so thankful for, and just so happy to continue to be doing what we're doing.
I want the 90-year-old man to make a cameo somewhere now.
Me too. Who knows? Maybe in the next music video we'll have to give him an invite.
He's in the box with you guys next time. I love that. Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. It's so nice to meet you guys virtually, at least, and congratulations on True Power. It's out now. For anyone watching, go listen to True Power, and obviously go stream Self-Destruction, the music video. I Prevail. Thank you guys again. So nice to see y'all.
Thank you.
Nice to meet
Appreciate
you. Thanks for having us.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.